What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Chef KG, and you are in the G Spot, the newly designed kitchen, and you are watching Grilling with Glover Live. Let me go ahead and load my comments. Feel free, if you're joining today, to post comments in the chat because I'm going to see what you're posting in the chat. I hope everybody's doing great today. We are going to be cooking up today some Philadelphia cheese steaks. These cheesesteaks are going to be wonderful. Your taste buds. Now, listen, we're going to talk a little bit about cheesesteaks, what to name them, what to call them. It's something that Philadelphia is near and dear to their heart. So we'll have those conversations. But if you join me today, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's make this thing happen. So the first thing we're going to do, a couple of things we're going to do, because not only am I making cheesesteaks, I'm also going to make some cheese fries on the side. So the first thing, let's go right over here. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to take our fries and we are going to put them into the air fryer oven that we have. We're going to take a little bit of oil. We're going to spray them with oil, and then we are going to put the fries into the air fryer oven. So that is step number one, and we'll just wait for those fries to get nice and crispy. Step number two, and this has nothing to do with the cheesesteak. Step number two, Drea Holmes, what's up, baby girl? How you doing? I hope you're doing very well. It's good to see you. I miss you. Step number two is we are going to work on the cheese sauce for the cheese fries. Drea, I know you miss being here in the G spot. So when you get ready to come over, we're going to cook up something special. I think you like seafood. We're going to hook something up for you. So for the cheese sauce, everybody, we're going to take some butter and we're going to throw the butter into a little pot. We're going to throw some heavy whipping cream into the pot as well. We're going to get that started right now because we want to go ahead and have this cheese sauce ready for the cheese fries. All right? Cheddar cheese goes in. All right? So our cheese sauce is cooking up. When you join, do me a favor, smash your favorite emoji, tell me where you're joining from, and share this video. I'm trying to let people see what I do, right? So please share the video. So we have our cheese sauce down, right? We have our fries air frying in the air fryer, and we are ready to cook up some delicious cheese fries and cheese steaks. I'm sorry. So I miss you too, baby girl, and I hope you get over here very soon. So cheesesteaks are pretty easy to do, but we're going to talk about a couple things on this show. We're going to talk because when you're from Philly, you can tell someone who has no idea what a cheesesteak is by the way they order it, by what they put on it, by their expectations. We're going to have a conversation about that in a little bit. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this piping hot grill. All right? So this piping hot grill, we are going to be working on this grill, and you are going to see step by step every single thing that I do. Okay? So the first step is you have to figure out what you're going to put on your cheese stick. For me, I'm going to do some fried onions. I'm going to do some green peppers. I'll talk about the cheese that we're going to use in just 1 second, but we're going to keep it really simple. Maybe a little bit of mayo, a little bit of hot sauce. But let's get over here. Let's talk about some of the ingredients that we have. Okay, so what we have here is we have green peppers, right? We have onions. We have our cheesesteak meat, all right? Gotta have that cheesesteak meat. We have our rolls. Rolls are really good. We have our cheese. So that we have our cheese. We've got black pepper. We've got some spices that we're gonna use. Now, I already chopped up some of my onions and my peppers, but what I would like to do is I would like to show you guys really quick. You saw I already chopped up my onions and peppers. I'm going to show you really quick how to chop up these onions and peppers. So if you're cooking along, you know exactly what to do. Let's head back over here. All right. So if you're chopping an onion, I'm not going to say this is the professional way to do it, but this is the way that I do it. Cut the onion on both sides so the onion lays flat. Then you cut the onion in half. Get rid of the outer piece of that onion. Throw that wherever you want to throw it. Get rid of the outer piece of that onion. And then look, but watch very closely. You take the onion And all you do, slice down 3 or 4 times. You just slice down another onion. I think I just did 5 times. Slice down another onion, right? Then turn your onion around and just cut the onion across. And when it gets a little bit thin, you slide the onion down and you cut across again. And then what you have, you're going to have perfectly diced onions. You want to see that again? Smash your favorite emoji if you learned a little bit about cutting onions right now. Turn it to the side and you cut again, and you have perfectly diced onions. So let's go back over here. Let's give you a double view that we have right here. So now we're going to cut our pepper. Take the top off of the pepper and then just cut the sides, right? Very simple. Cut the sides of the pepper. You're left with the core, throw that away. Now, with your other pieces, slice them the long way, slice, 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 and then you take them and you line them up and you cut them across. And what you're going to have is you're going to have perfectly diced peppers. Yo, Glover, that was really easy. I know it was easy. That's why I wanted to show it to you. So let's make sure we're paying attention to our cheese sauce. So once you have your onions and your peppers diced up, we're going to get those things on the grill right away. So let's take a little bit of olive oil. Alicia Jackson, what's up, Alicia Jackson? It's good to see you on the feed. We're going to take a little bit of olive oil. You're going to spread the olive oil on your grill. I'm going to spread it all over my grill because I'm going to use this to cook my cheesesteak meat as well as my peppers and onions. Smoking up that grill really nice. That's a hot grill that we're working with. So you can see that we got the grill smoking and ready to go. You want to make sure that you have your grill hot and ready to go. So let's make sure, let's take a look up here. Now we are going to take our onions and our peppers and we are going to throw them down on the grill, like so. There's our onions. Let's bring these onions over here. And let's bring the peppers over here. So we have our oil that we have on the grill. We just threw down our onions and our peppers. And now we are going to put down our cheesesteak meat. But first, we're going to turn our hood up a little bit to make sure that we get rid of all this smoke. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to throw down our cheesesteak meat. Now, this cheesesteak meat, I bought it from the supermarket, and it's thinly sliced meat. What I like to use is any good cut of steak, right? So, throw down your cheesesteak meat. I keep on wanting to say porterhouse, but it's not porterhouse that I use. And it's escaping my mind. I'll get it in a second. Alicia Jackson in the house. It's good to see you, Ajax. So now we have our cheesesteak meat is down on top of our grill. We have our peppers and our onions grilling up very nicely. How's that look? We have our cheese sauce melting up for the cheese fries, which is going to be great. We chopped our peppers and our onions. And now, let's get a closer look at that grill. Take a look. We've got our beef down. Now we're going to season the meat. I'm just going to use, let's go over here. I am just going to use some garlic salt. I'm going to use some black pepper, and I'm gonna use some seasoned salt. All right? So let's get this bad boy seasoned up. As I said, we're gonna season the beef. Garlic salt goes down. You don't have to be too heavy with it, but make sure you get some taste in there so they can taste what you're cooking. Pepper. I like to go kind of heavy on the pepper. I'm a big pepper fan. So we put our pepper on our meat. And then we are going to do some of our Lowry's seasoned salt. Make sure that you have your beef seasoned up very nicely. And once you season it up, you're going to spread that meat around your grill. And you see the thin slices? Thin slices are what's going to make this a real cheesesteak. All right? So now, speaking of real cheesesteak, let's talk a little bit, because in Philly, there's a whole culture, because this is one of the foods that Philadelphia is famous for. They're famous for their cheesesteak. And when you come into Philadelphia, there's some things that you can do, and there's some things that you cannot do. This is almost like a religious thing, all right? You have to make sure that you know how to order your cheesesteak. So let's talk really quick about some of the things that you can put on top of your cheesesteak, right? Fried onions. It's a classic to the cheesesteak, the fried onions, right? Green peppers, sweet peppers, hot peppers, mushroom, bacon. If you've never had a bacon cheesesteak, try it. Pepperoni. And one thing I left off of this list, one thing that I left off of the list is your pickles. I've had pickles on my cheesesteak before. Delicious. So those are some of the toppings that you can put on your cheesesteak. All right? Let's make sure we pay attention to our beef. That is cooking up. It's looking good so far. Now, what are some other things, Chef KG, that we can put on our cheesesteak? Well, when you're seasoning your cheesesteak and you really want to get some good flavor in there, you can use salt and pepper, ketchup, mayo. You can use mustard, some hot sauce, pizza sauce. If you've ever had a pizza cheesesteak, it is something that is wonderful. It is a fabulous thing. And you can also have barbecue sauce. So those are also wonderful things to put on your cheesesteak. Now, you want to talk about what type of cheese. Listen, there's probably more types of cheese for your cheesesteak. All right, so if you're from Philly, don't give me a hard time. We're just going to talk about the cheese for your cheesesteak really quick. You got American, which is your regular American cheese. You have Cheese Whiz, which is basically cheddar cheese, right? But we're going to call it out. You got Cheese Whiz and you got cheddar cheese. Can you put other types of cheese on your cheesesteak? Yes, you can. But these are the most common cheeses, all right? Your American is definitely very common. Your cheddar is probably the most common for a Philadelphia cheesesteak or a cheesesteak in general. And your Cheese Whiz, right? Your Cheese Whiz and your cheddar sauce. Okay? So let's have a conversation. Now I got to tell you guys right now, when you come into Philadelphia and the surrounding areas, there's certain do's and there's certain don'ts, right? Well, let's talk about those do's and let's talk about those don'ts. So right here, you have let's go here. Okay. So right here, if you come to Philadelphia and you say, I want a steak and cheese sandwich, they're going to kick you out of the city. They're going to chase you and you'll never be invited back to the city again, right? Do not, I got to look at you. Do not come to the city and say, I want a steak and cheese sandwich. That's a big no-no. What else is a no-no? Well, let's go back to the list. A Philly sandwich. That's a big no-no. You don't come here saying, hey, I'd like a Philly sandwich. If you come and you ask for a Philly sandwich, or you ask for a Philly cheesesteak, that's a no. All right? Listen, it's just a cheesesteak. You say, we don't, in Philly, we don't say, hey, let's go get a Philly. We don't know what that is. Stop calling it a Philly. Stop calling it a steak and cheese sandwich. It's just called a cheesesteak. All right? I'm trying to look out for you guys. Now we got our meat that's still cooking up here. And the key to the cheesesteak is that you have good shredded meat. All right? Your meat has to be shredded up and cooked to perfection. Cooked to perfection. I got a lot of meat on this grill. So I'm going to turn down the heat for my peppers and my onions because they're doing really well. We're going to keep the heat up for the cheesesteak meat. Now check that out. Ruth Ann Page, Keith Smith. Keith, listen, I'm sorry. My apologies. Keith, you're absolutely right. Provolone is a huge, wonderful steak for a cheesesteak. I left provolone out. That's why I told y'all to join. Make sure I'm getting it right. Provolone is absolutely another one of the good cheeses for a Philadelphia cheesesteak. Now, if you come into a cheesesteak place and you don't hear that type of a sound, you should probably leave, right? If they're not banging and clanking away, making sure that your cheesesteak is nice and shredded and juicy, you should probably leave, all right? Now look, sometimes you'll see them grab a little bit of water, throw it down in the grill, make sure that it's nice and juicy, and the water also helps it to heat up. So that's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. Yes. So we definitely have to shred it up. Now also, I'm going to throw a little bit of oil in here as well, just to keep the meat tender the way that it should be. Anybody from this area who knows a truly good steak really appreciates that sound of the clanking back and forth. You gotta have a good cheesesteak. And you gotta have somebody back by the grill that is clanking away. Smash your favorite emoji if you like the sound of the clank of the cheesesteak. It's one of my favorite sounds in the world. I definitely love it. The hottest part of my grill. So the hottest part of my grill, shout out to my brother, Jeff, it is not a hoagie. It is not a grinder. It is a cheesesteak. So stop. Don't get me, that's my brother trying to get me started. Stop it, Jeff. You're making me mad. He's about 2 times my size, so he can mess around with me if he wants to. Now, the hottest part of the grill is this side of my grill. This is my hot part of my grill, and this part of my grill is a little bit lighter. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab some seasonings, and I'm gonna season my cheese sauce. You season your cheese sauce? I most definitely do. Most definitely do season my cheese sauce. Now, what meat did I use? Now, I'm starting to get kind of upset because I have the meat that I use, and it's the best meat that you can have for a steak, but it's slipping my tongue right now. La 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 la. It'll come to me. It's the meat that has like the most marbling in it when you use it, and I'm so embarrassed that I'm not getting the type of meat that I use because that's super, super, super important. It'll come to me. I promise it'll come to me. Now, so let's go over here. All right, so you see the grill. The grill is cooking up. It's wonderful. I can't get porterhouse out of my head. All right, the cheesesteak meat is looking really good. I hope you guys can see that. It's looking great. It's ready to go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn this down just a little bit. So now we turned our heat down because we got our meat seared really nice. Let's throw a little bit of water on there to steam it up. Make sure that it's cooked all the way through. All right. We have our cheese sauce. Oh, can you guys see the cheese sauce? Help me out in the chat. Thank you, Keith Smith. Thank you, Alicia. Ribeye. Ribeye is the best cut for your cheesesteak. I don't know why I could not think of the ribeye. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate you guys. Ribeye steak. So you use ribeye meat. And if you can get the ribeye thinly sliced, like I got it thinly sliced here, that's such a big plus. Such a big plus. Okay? So now, here's a step. Now I need you guys to pay close attention to this step. This is what I think separates a good cheesesteak from an okay cheesesteak. You see people laying the cheese on the bread, right? Which is okay to do. But if you want your cheesesteak to be super delicious, super juicy, super cheesy, you do it like, you know what? Yeah, you do it like this. We're going to have to go directly to the grill. All right? So now we have our cheese, our American cheese. Lay the cheese on top of your cheesesteak meat. Use the cheese to your preference, however much or however little you like. Personally speaking, a little bit more is better, way better, in my opinion, than a little bit less. So I'm going to use a little bit more. I got a lot of meat on here, so I'm going to use a lot of cheese. How many slices of American? So this is American. I'm just using American cheese because that's what I like. All right. So got my American cheese down. Told you already, we have our peppers and our onions. Peppers and the onions are looking really good. And we have our meat that is down. Now, come over here with me for a second. Let's go over here. So, what you also have for your cheesesteak is you have the buns. And these buns are Amoroso rolls. Amoroso is pretty much a famous brand in Philadelphia. So here's another little secret. What I do is you take your roll, right? And you're going to cut the roll. You need a good soft roll that can soak up the cheese and the juice from the meat. But here is the key. Scoop out some of the middle of that roll. Scoop out some of that bread. You'll thank me later. Scoop out some of that bread, okay? You will absolutely 100% thank me later. So you take your bread, throw it down on your grill. Throw it down on your grill. I guess we're going to make 3 cheesesteaks today. This meat is enough for way more than 3. But we're going to make 3 cheesesteaks today. Okay? So now you have your cheese. You're going to fold the cheese into all of the steak. Fold the cheese into all of the steak. Right? All right. So if you join me, do me a favor, share this video. I would like other people to get a chance to see what I'm doing here. And look, this is an awesome, awesome, awesome recipe. This is legit, 100% legit cheesesteak that will make you ridiculously happy. Now, I hope you guys can see Let's go here. All right. That baby is super, super, super cheesy. Don't trust it if they're just laying the cheese on top and then they're putting it on the bread. Please don't trust it. If you can see how cheesy these steaks are, it's almost not full. All right? So now, what we're going to do, oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now we start cooking these things to order, right? So let's come back here to the home view. How's everybody doing out there? You doing good? Now, Amoroso roll, Liz, that's right. Keith, you like this kitchen? So here's a great time for me to talk really quick about my kitchen, okay? The people that did my kitchen, a Bruzy Design Studio, right? So if you're in the local area, anywhere close, these guys are phenomenal the way they hooked up my kitchen. And if you talk to a Bruzy Design, you want to talk to my girl, Jill Banks. Jill is the designer that designed this killer kitchen, the new G Spot, and her mind is ridiculous. The whole crew, Tony, Jill, Tony's the contractor, and they're like family to me right now. So if you want to have a kitchen that's banging like this kitchen, contact Jill, contact Tony. All right? Very good. Now, let's get back. How do you think those look? Are those looking good? I think they look delicious. I think they look wonderful. So, here's the next step. So, we are going to take our cheesesteaks and we're going to separate them. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I don't do it like that. So, one of them is going to have grilled onions, or a few of them are going to have grilled onions. So, throw my grilled onions on, and there's going to be some that have grilled onions and peppers. So let's take the peppers, and let's take some more of these delicious, awesome grilled onions. All right. So we have one mixture with just the peppers. So we're going to set that over here. We have another mixture with the peppers and the onion. So we're going to set that over here. Why don't y'all ever, I will deliver yours, Alicia Jackson. I will deliver them over to you. And I miss people coming over. Like I used to cook for a whole group of people, and it was awesome. Now, let's talk about what toppings we're going to put. So the first one that we have is, I have my bread, and here's the toppings that I like. So here's our bread, mayo. I'm a mayo guy. I know, don't take my card. Don't take my card from me. I am absolutely a mayo guy. So we're going to put some mayo down on this one. All right. So we got mayo down. You don't have to be neat about it. Don't have to be neat about it at all. So you got your mayo down, right? We're going to grab, actually, let's throw some ketchup on this one too. I'm not a big ketchup guy, but my sons love ketchup. So let's throw some ketchup down too. Mayo and ketchup. How's that look? I hope it looks as good to you as it looks in here. Now we are going to take the cheesesteak meat hot off of the grill. We are going to dump it right in the sandwich. Come on now. Look at that. Look at that sandwich. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So now, let's, the grill is good to go. I've got my cheese sauce. I've got my different types of steaks right here that we are going to put right onto the plate. So now I'm going to take, and we're going to put some of that cheese sauce that we made. Stick with me, y'all. This is where it gets fun. We're going to take some of that cheese sauce that we made, and we're going to put some of that cheese sauce in a cup on the side. Ooh, looking good. Looking good. Cheese sauce in a cup on the side. Now, remember the French fries? I hope they're done. I think they're done. It's been beeping at me. Oh, yeah. So we are going to take our French fries that we had put in before the show. See the fries? See them fries, baby boy? Woo-hoo-wee. We're going to season up the fries a little bit. Perfect. We're going to take the fries and we are going to throw the fries on our platter. Hold on. Let's wipe the dish off a little bit. You got to make it pretty. Got to make this a little bit pretty. All right. We're going to take our fries. We're going to throw our fries down. Yo, can I just like take a fry and dip it into the cheese? Y'all gonna get mad if I do that? Y'all gonna get mad if I try one of these fries? Because they look good. Sriracha ketchup, Keith. Yes, yes, yes. And I can't wait to see you, buddy. I hope you come down, Keith. This is what you got to look forward to when you come. So here's my fries. My cheese fry. Mm. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is so good. Look, y'all. Look. I'll make sure that cheese don't fall. You have a cheesesteak, not a Philly style, not a Philadelphia. No, you got a cheesesteak. You got your fries. You got your cheese whiz. And we are getting ready to gobble that up. Now, before I let you go, a couple of things. I am going to be offering a special event. So, if you are going to be cooking for your significant other on Valentine's Day, I am going to have a full course meal by me and another celebrity chef that's going to be in my kitchen. And we are going to be selling tickets for a very low price, where we are going to give you the ingredients for your meal. And we are going to let you cook with your significant other, or before your significant other comes home. I'm going to show you how to cook the proper Valentine's Day delicious meal. There will be surf, there will be turf, there will be other great, wonderful items, but I'm going to take you step by step by step on Valentine's Day with another celebrity chef named Chef Daryl, my boy, Chef D. Shout out to you right there. So stay tuned for details for that. Okay? This is your boy, KG. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate everything that you do and everything that you do with me and for me. You can check me out on Facebook at Glover's Grill. You can check me out on YouTube. Type in Glover's Grill, like so. You will see me. Now, don't forget the people that did my kitchen, a Bruzy Design Studio. The person that you want to talk to is Jill Banks. What we made today are some delicious Philadelphia cheesesteaks. And I could not be happier. Thank you for joining. Have a great Sunday. I'm going to tear up some of these fries. I'm going to make a cheesesteak. My cheesesteak is going to be put on a low carb roll because I gotta watch my weight, baby. All right, I'm getting there. This is your boy, Chef KG. You are live from the newly designed G Spot. You are on the show Grilling with Glover Live. We'll see you again next Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor, even if you're watching this after the fact, still share the video, still smash your emoji, still tell me where you're watching from. Chef KG, to everybody that's out there, I love y'all. Thank you for doing what you do, and thank you for allowing me to do what I do. I'll see y'all next Sunday. Peace.